Alien trouble in a far corner of the galaxy, something strange was happening. Alien ships, known for their advanced technology and impressive power, began to experience serious malfunctions. These ships, once the pride of their species, were now crippled by mysterious problems that no one could understand. It wasn't just a few ships, it was fleets of them. Across the stars, the news spread quickly. The alien civilizations that once boasted about their cutting-edge tech were now in trouble. Their engines failed, their communication systems went haywire, and their defensive shields were down. The situation was critical, and no one knew why this was happening. The galaxy's most respected engineers and scientists tried to solve the problem. They gathered in their grand spaceships, racing to find answers, but their efforts were in vain. The alien tech was too complex, and the problems were too unpredictable. Desperation grew as more ships fell victim to the mysterious malfunctions. In the midst of this chaos, a small human repair station sat quietly on the edge of a remote asteroid belt. The station wasn't much to look at. It was a modest facility, often overlooked by the larger and more glamorous spaceports. It had a few hangars, some basic equipment, and a dedicated team of engineers. However, what it lacked in size and sophistication, it made up for with skill and creativity. One quiet evening, as the station's crew was finishing their routine checks, a distress signal crackled through the comm system. It was an urgent call from a major alien fleet, pleading for help. The message was garbled and frantic, but the human technicians quickly deciphered it. The fleet's flagship was crippled, and they needed immediate assistance. The repair station's team was stunned. They had never dealt with alien ships on this scale before. The crew was a mix of seasoned engineers and bright young technicians, all with one thing in common, a deep love for fixing things. They were used to handling minor repairs and routine maintenance, not full-blown emergencies involving alien technology. The decision to help was made quickly. The human engineers knew that if they could assist, it might change their small station's fate forever. They sent a team to the docking bay, preparing to receive the incoming alien vessels. As the alien ships approached, the station was filled with a mix of excitement and anxiety. The first ship to arrive was a massive, sleek vessel with a shimmering hull. It looked more like a living creature than a machine. The alien crew, with their strange, multi-limbed bodies and glowing eyes, emerged from the ship. They were clearly nervous and frustrated. They had never expected to rely on humans for help. The human technicians greeted them with a mixture of curiosity and professionalism. Despite the language barrier and the different tech languages, they managed to communicate basic needs and procedures. The aliens seemed skeptical. They had heard stories of human ingenuity, but had never seen it in action. As the alien engineers led the human team to their ship, the scale of the problem became clear. The vessel's interior was a maze of advanced technology with glowing panels and intricate machinery. The human engineers had to adapt quickly, learning how to interact with systems they had never seen before. They took careful notes and tried to understand the alien tech's inner workings. Days turned into nights as the human crew worked tirelessly. The alien technicians watched, sometimes offering help, sometimes just observing. The work was slow and challenging. The human team struggled to make sense of the alien designs, which seemed to defy all known principles of engineering. Despite the difficulties, the human engineers made some progress. They discovered that the problems were not random, but followed a pattern. There was a common fault in the energy distribution systems of the alien ships. This was a breakthrough. It suggested that the issue could be fixed if they could pinpoint the source of the malfunction. One evening, as the sun set behind the asteroid belt, the human team gathered for a brief meeting. They discussed their findings and formulated a plan. They decided to focus on the energy systems first, hoping that fixing these would stabilize the ships enough for further repairs. The alien engineers were starting to show signs of hope. They had been impressed by the humans' perseverance and creativity. While still cautious, they began to provide more detailed information about their technology. This was a sign of growing trust, and it was a crucial development. The team was ready to face the next challenge. They knew that fixing the alien ships was more than just a job. It was an opportunity to prove themselves and potentially forge a new path in interstellar relations. They had to get it right. The galaxy was watching and the stakes were high. As the human repair station continued its efforts, the alien fleets waited anxiously. The small repair station, often overlooked and underestimated, was now at the center of a galaxy-wide crisis. The outcome of this situation could change everything. Arrival and skepticism, the human repair station was abuzz with activity as the news of the incoming alien ships spread. For days, the small crew had been preparing, organizing tools and making space in the hangars. The station, once a quiet place on the edge of the galaxy, was now a hive of nervous energy and anticipation. It was early morning when the first alien ships appeared on the station's sensors. The sky, usually clear and calm, was now filled with blips of incoming vessels. The human engineers gathered at the observation deck, their eyes wide with a mix of excitement and apprehension. They had heard stories of these alien ships, but seeing them up close was a different experience. The first ship to dock was enormous. Its sleek, metallic hull shimmered under the station's lights, and its design was unlike anything the humans had ever seen. It moved smoothly, almost as if it was gliding rather than flying. The docking clamps engaged with a soft hiss, and the station's crew watched in awe as the massive vessel settled into place. As the hangar doors opened, the alien crew emerged. They were a strange sight, tall, with skin that changed color and eyes that glowed softly. They moved with an air of authority, but also visible frustration. The humans were struck by the contrast between the aliens' advanced appearance and their current state of distress. The alien captain stepped forward, her many eyes scanning the human crew with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. She spoke in a language that was unfamiliar and complex, but a human translator quickly provided a basic summary. The message was clear. They were here out of desperation, and their technology had failed them in ways they could not understand. The human engineers approached cautiously. They had prepared for this moment, but the reality was overwhelming. The advanced alien technology seemed more like an art form than a set of machines. The intricate designs and glowing panels were beautiful, but confusing. The alien engineers led the human team inside the ship. The interior was a maze of alien technology, with pulsating lights and unfamiliar controls. The human technicians struggled to make sense of the systems. They moved carefully, trying not to disturb any of the delicate components while examining the source of the malfunction. The aliens watched closely, their skepticism growing with every passing minute. They had been told that humans were skilled engineers, but seeing them in action was another matter. The humans were clearly out of their depth, fumbling with the alien controls and looking unsure. As hours turned into days, the tension in the hangar increased. The alien engineers were polite but distant. They provided only the bare minimum of assistance, clearly doubting whether the humans could fix their complex systems. The human crew, on the other hand, was determined to prove themselves. They worked tirelessly, poring over the alien technology and trying different approaches to identify the problem. One evening, as the sun set behind the asteroid belt, the human team gathered for a brief meeting. They were tired but focused. The alien crew watched from a distance, their glowing eyes reflecting the fading light. The humans discussed their findings and shared their latest theories about the malfunction. "I think we're missing something," said one of the senior engineers. "There's a pattern here, but it's not clear yet. We need to look at how the energy systems are linked." The team agreed, and they went back to work, digging deeper into the alien technology. They began to notice that many of the malfunctions were connected to a central energy core. This core seemed to be the heart of the problem, but understanding how it functioned was still a challenge. The aliens remained skeptical. They had heard the human engineers talking about patterns and connections, but they hadn't seen any concrete results. The human crew's efforts seemed to be getting them nowhere, and the aliens' frustration grew. They began to question whether the humans were truly capable of solving their problems. Despite the skepticism, a few alien engineers started to take an interest. They were curious about the humans' methods and ideas. One of them, a young engineer with bright eyes and a hopeful expression, approached a human technician. "Can you explain what you're doing?" he asked. "I want to understand how you're trying to fix this." The human technician was surprised, but pleased. She explained their approach, detailing the steps they were taking and the theories they had developed. The young alien listened carefully, nodding along. It was a small step, but it showed that not all aliens were entirely convinced of their failure. As the days went by, the atmosphere in the hangar began to change. The human engineers continued their work, slowly making progress. The pattern of the malfunctions became clearer, and the team started to develop a plan for repairing the alien ships. The alien engineers, while still skeptical, began to see that the humans were not giving up. One day, the head of the alien fleet came to visit the human repair station. He was a stern figure, his eyes serious as he looked at the progress the humans had made. He spoke with the human team, expressing his doubts but also acknowledging their hard work. "Your methods are unconventional," he said, "but you have shown determination. I hope you can solve this problem. Our lives depend on it." The human engineers nodded, their resolve strengthening. They knew they had to succeed, not just for their own sake, but to prove to the galaxy that human ingenuity could overcome even the most daunting challenges. As the alien ships continued to dock, the human repair station became a symbol of hope. The crew worked day and night, determined to overcome the skepticism and show that they could fix the alien technology. The journey ahead was uncertain, but the humans were ready to face it head-on. Understanding the tech as the days passed, the human repair station became a hive of activity. The small crew was now fully immersed in the challenge of fixing the alien ships. The once familiar surroundings of the station were now filled with strange alien technology and glowing panels. The humans were determined to crack the code of these advanced systems, but the task was daunting. Inside the main hangar, a large alien ship was undergoing a thorough examination. The human engineers, clad in their work suits, moved carefully around the ship's interior. The alien technology was intricate, with pulsating lights and complex controls that seemed to shift and change as if alive. The humans had never seen anything like it before. One of the senior engineers, Sarah, was deeply focused on a central energy core. This core seemed to be the heart of the ship's systems. Sarah and her team had noticed that many of the malfunctions were linked to this core. If they could understand how it worked, they might be able to solve the problems affecting the ships. "Look at this," Sarah said to her colleague, Mark, pointing at a series of glowing symbols on the energy core. "These symbols might be part of the problem. They look like they're part of a control system." Mark nodded, peering at the symbols. "They're not like anything we've seen before. We need to figure out what they mean." The human team worked tirelessly, trying to decode the alien symbols and understand their function. They used every tool at their disposal, from advanced scanners to makeshift translators. Despite their efforts, progress was slow. The alien technology seemed to defy logic and common engineering principles. Meanwhile, the alien engineers watched from a distance, their skepticism slowly turning into curiosity. They had seen the humans struggle, but they were also starting to see the dedication and creativity the humans brought to the task. One alien engineer, a young and inquisitive individual named Zal, began to interact more with the human team. He offered assistance and tried to understand their methods. "Why are you focusing on this part of the core?" Zal asked Sarah one day. "It seems like a small component compared to the overall system." Sarah looked up, surprised but pleased by the question. "We've noticed that many of the problems are connected to this core. We think it might be a key part of the system's control. If we can fix this, we might be able to solve the larger issues." Zal nodded, intrigued. "I see. It's possible that you're on the right track. Let me show you something that might help." Zal led Sarah to a nearby terminal and showed her a set of schematics. These diagrams were alien in nature, but provided some insight into how the energy core was connected to the ship's systems. Sarah and her team examined the schematics closely, noting the connections and interactions between different components. With this new information, the human engineers began to make progress. They started to understand how the energy core regulated the flow of power throughout the ship. The core was designed to maintain a delicate balance, but it was clear that something was disrupting this balance. "We're getting closer," Sarah said to her team. "We need to find out what's causing the disruption in the core." The team decided to focus on the energy flow. They used sensors to monitor the core's output and discovered that the energy levels were fluctuating wildly. This fluctuation was causing the malfunctions in the ship's systems. One evening, as the sun dipped below the asteroid belt, the human crew gathered for a quick meeting. They reviewed their findings and discussed potential solutions. Zal joined the meeting, offering his insights and suggestions. Despite the language barriers and different technical approaches, the discussion was productive. "I think we've identified the main issue," Mark said. "The energy core is receiving inconsistent power, which is causing the fluctuations. We need to stabilize the energy flow." Zal agreed. "Yes, stabilizing the power should help. There are some manual controls that can adjust the core's output. If we can recalibrate these controls, it might fix the problem." The human engineers worked late into the night, recalibrating the controls and adjusting the energy flow. They were careful not to disturb the delicate balance of the core. The process was delicate and required precision. The team used their ingenuity and problem-solving skills to overcome the challenges. As they worked, the alien engineers began to show signs of encouragement. They saw the humans making tangible progress and started to offer more assistance. The atmosphere in the hangar shifted from skepticism to cautious optimism. By the next morning, the human team was ready to test their adjustments. The energy core was reconfigured and the power flow was stabilized. The ship's systems were rebooted, and the team watched anxiously as the diagnostic screens flickered to life. For a moment, there was silence as the screens displayed a series of data points. The fluctuations had decreased and the core was functioning more smoothly. The alien engineers, who had been observing quietly, exchanged looks of surprise and relief. Zal approached Sarah with a hopeful expression. "It looks like you've done it. The core is stabilizing." Sarah smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "We're not finished yet, but this is a big step forward. We need to test it on the other ships and make sure the problem is fully resolved." As the human engineers continued their work, the alien crews became more cooperative. They shared additional information and provided feedback on the repairs. The relationship between the humans and aliens began to improve, and the once distant engineers started to work together more closely. The human team was now on a path to solving the problems affecting the alien ships. The progress they had made was significant, and the challenge ahead seemed more manageable. The collaboration between humans and aliens was growing stronger, and the future looked promising. The secret skill. The repairs at the human station were progressing well. The alien ships were now showing signs of improvement, and the once doubtful alien engineers were beginning to see the value of the human crew's efforts. The atmosphere at the station was tense but hopeful. The team of human engineers continued their work, determined to fix the remaining issues. One day, as the team was working on a particularly troublesome alien ship, Sarah, the lead engineer, discovered something unusual. While examining a control panel, she noticed a hidden compartment. It was well concealed, blending seamlessly with the rest of the ship's technology. "Mark! Come look at this," Sarah called out, her voice filled with curiosity. Mark, one of the senior engineers, approached and peered into the compartment. Inside, they found a set of small, intricate tools and a data pad. The tools looked delicate but well-crafted, and the data pad was covered in alien symbols. "What do you think this is?" Mark asked, examining the tools. Sarah picked up the data pad and began to decipher the symbols. "It might be some kind of advanced diagnostic tool. Let's see what we can find." As Sarah worked on the datapad, she realized that it contained detailed schematics and diagnostic information about the ship's systems. It was like finding a hidden manual for the alien technology. The information was complex, but it provided valuable insights into the ship's operations. The human engineers quickly realized the potential of this discovery. The datapad revealed secrets about the ship's technology that had been previously unknown. It showed how the energy core was connected to various systems and provided specific instructions for troubleshooting common issues. "This could be a game changer," Sarah said, her excitement growing. "If we can understand these schematics, we might be able to fix the remaining problems more efficiently." The team set to work, using the information from the datapad to guide their repairs. They found that many of the issues they had been struggling with were addressed in the hidden instructions. The alien technology, once shrouded in mystery, was starting to make sense. As the human engineers made progress, the alien crews watched with growing interest. They had been skeptical of the humans' abilities, But the discovery of the hidden tools and data pad was a turning point. The aliens began to see that the humans had a unique skill set that complemented their own. One day, Zal, the young alien engineer who had been working closely with the human team, approached Sarah with a thoughtful expression. "I've been watching you work with the data pad," Zal said. "It's impressive how quickly you've adapted to our technology. I'd like to know more about your methods." Sarah smiled, pleased by the interest. "We've had to learn quickly. Our team is used to solving complex problems with limited information. It's a skill we've developed over time." Zal nodded, intrigued. "I've heard that humans are resourceful, but seeing it in action is different. Is there a particular technique you use to approach such challenges?" Sarah thought for a moment before replying. "One of our key skills is thinking outside the box. When we encounter a problem, we don't just rely on what we know. We look for new ways to solve it and use whatever resources we have. It's about being flexible and creative." Zal's eyes lit up with understanding. "That makes sense. It's similar to how we approach certain problems, but you seem to have a unique way of adapting." The conversation sparked a new level of collaboration between the human and alien engineers. The aliens began to share more of their own techniques and insights, creating a richer exchange of knowledge. The humans, in turn, demonstrated their problem-solving skills and resourcefulness. With the new information and improved collaboration, the repairs on the alien ships progressed rapidly. The once troublesome systems were now functioning smoothly, and the alien crews began to express their gratitude. The human engineers' dedication and expertise had earned them respect and admiration. As the final ship was repaired, the alien fleet held a small ceremony to honor the human team. The ceremony was a mix of alien traditions and human customs, symbolizing the newfound partnership between the two groups. The alien captain, who had once been the most skeptical of the humans, addressed the gathered crowd. "When we first arrived, we had doubts about whether these humans could help us. But their skills and determination have proven us wrong. They have not only fixed our technology, but also taught us valuable lessons in problem-solving and creativity." Sarah stepped forward, accepting the recognition with a smile. "It's been a privilege to work with you all. We've learned a lot from each other, and I believe this collaboration has made us stronger." As the ceremony concluded, the human engineers felt a sense of accomplishment. They had not only repaired the alien ships, but also built a bridge of understanding between their species. The once hidden skills and knowledge had become a key part of their success. The repair station, once a small and unremarkable outpost, had become a symbol of collaboration and innovation. The humans had proven their worth and earned a place among the stars. The secret skill of resourcefulness, combined with the new insights from the alien technology, had made all the difference. The partnership between humans and aliens continued to grow, and the future looked bright. The challenges of the past had been overcome, and new opportunities lay ahead. The human engineers were ready to face whatever came next, confident in their abilities and the strength of their big crisis. The atmosphere at the human repair station was tense but hopeful. The alien ships were now running smoothly, and the once skeptical alien engineers were beginning to see the value of the human crew's expertise. However, just as the situation seemed to be stabilizing, a new and unexpected crisis emerged. It began with a sudden alarm that echoed through the station. The red lights flashed, casting an urgent glow over the control rooms and repair bays. The human engineers, who had been working on routine maintenance, rushed to their stations, confusion and concern etched on their faces. Sarah, the lead engineer, was the first to arrive at the central control room. She quickly assessed the situation. The main screen displayed a series of alarming data points. The energy core of one of the largest alien ships was malfunctioning, and its systems were in a state of disarray. "Mark, we have a serious problem," Sarah said, her voice steady despite the chaos. "The core on the flagship is showing massive fluctuations. If we don't fix this quickly, it could lead to a catastrophic failure." Mark, who had been working nearby, immediately joined Sarah. "Let's get to the ship. We need to assess the damage and find out what's causing the fluctuations." The human team mobilized rapidly, heading to the flagship's hangar. The alien engineers were already there, their faces tense and worried. Zal, the young alien engineer who had become a close ally of the human team, was at the forefront of the effort. "We're experiencing severe energy imbalances," Zal explained as Sarah and Mark arrived. "The core's output is unstable, and we can't pinpoint the exact cause. The ship's systems are on the brink of collapse." Sarah nodded, taking in the information. "We need to get the core stabilized before it causes a chain reaction. Let's start by isolating the core and checking the connections." The team worked quickly, their hands moving with practiced efficiency. They carefully disconnected various systems from the core to isolate the problem. The alien technology, which had once seemed mysterious, was now more familiar to the human engineers. They had learned a lot, but this was a new and daunting challenge. As they worked, the energy levels in the core continued to fluctuate wildly. Sparks flew from damaged components, and the entire ship seemed to vibrate with the intensity of the problem. The situation was becoming increasingly critical. "Sarah, I'm seeing irregular energy spikes," Mark said, his voice tense. "The core is overheating. If we don't address this soon, we risk a meltdown." Sarah nodded grimly. "We need to cool down the core and stabilize the energy flow. Zal, do you have any cooling systems or emergency shutdown procedures we can use?" Zal quickly accessed a control panel and activated the ship's emergency cooling systems. The room was filled with the sound of machinery whirring to life as the cooling systems engaged. The temperature in the core began to drop, but the fluctuations continued. The human engineers worked alongside their alien counterparts, trying to identify the source of the instability. They examined every connection, checked for damaged components, and analyzed the energy readings. The pressure was mounting, and time was running out. Suddenly, Sarah noticed something on the diagnostic screens. A series of error messages pointed to a malfunctioning energy conduit that was feeding directly into the core. It was a potential weak point that could be causing the fluctuations. "Mark, Zal, come look at this," Sarah said urgently. "I think we've found the problem. There's a conduit that's not functioning properly. If we can repair or reroute it, we might be able to stabilize the core." The team focused their efforts on the faulty conduit. It was located in a difficult-to-reach area of the ship, and the repair work required precision and speed. The alien engineers worked alongside the humans, using their specialized tools to assist in the repair. As the team worked, the energy levels in the core began to stabilize. The fluctuations reduced, and the ship's systems slowly returned to normal. It was a tense and exhausting process, but the combined efforts of the human and alien engineers were paying off. After several hours of intense work, the core was finally stabilized. The alarms stopped, and the red lights were replaced by a steady green glow. The flagship's systems were back online, and the immediate crisis had been averted. The alien engineers, who had been anxiously watching the repairs, let out collective sighs of relief. Zal approached Sarah and the human team with a look of gratitude. "You did it," Zal said, his voice filled with admiration. "The core is stable and the ship's systems are functioning properly. Thank you for your hard work." Sarah smiled, feeling a mix of exhaustion and satisfaction. "We couldn't have done it without your help. The teamwork made all the difference." The crisis had been averted, but it had highlighted the importance of the collaboration between humans and aliens. The challenges faced during the repair of the flagship had brought the two groups closer together, forging a stronger bond of trust and cooperation. As the team began to unwind from the intense work, they reflected on the experience. The big crisis had tested their skills and their resolve, but it had also demonstrated their ability to overcome adversity together. The partnership between humans and aliens had proven to be a powerful force, capable of tackling even the most daunting challenges. The repair station, once a place of uncertainty, had become a symbol of resilience and teamwork. The humans and aliens had faced a significant crisis and emerged victorious. Their shared experiences had strengthened their relationship, and the future looked promising. With the flagship repaired and the immediate danger averted, the team looked forward to the next steps in their journey. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, confident in their abilities and the strength of their newfound alliances. New alliances. The atmosphere at the repair station had changed since the recent crisis. The human and alien engineers had worked together to stabilize the malfunctioning flagship, forging a bond of trust and mutual respect. The success of their joint efforts had laid the groundwork for deeper cooperation between the two groups. In the days following the crisis, the repair station was bustling with activity. The alien ships were undergoing routine maintenance, and the human engineers were busy with their tasks. However, there was a new sense of camaraderie in the air. The aliens, once wary of the humans, now saw them as valuable allies. One morning, Sarah, the lead engineer, was called to a meeting with the alien captain and several high-ranking members of the alien fleet. The meeting was to discuss the future of their partnership and explore the possibility of forming new alliances. Sarah entered the conference room and took her seat. The alien captain, a tall figure with an imposing presence, stood at the head of the table. His expression was serious but not unfriendly. "Thank you for coming, Sarah," the captain said, his voice echoing through the room. "We have much to discuss regarding our future collaboration." Sarah nodded, ready to listen. "I'm eager to hear what you have in mind." The captain began to speak, outlining the alien fleet's plans for expanding their reach and influence. They were looking to form new alliances with other species and enhance their technological capabilities. The recent crisis had shown them the value of human expertise, and they were considering a formal alliance with Earth. "Our fleet has been impressed by your skills and your ability to work under pressure," the captain said. "We believe that a formal alliance could be beneficial for both our species. We would like to discuss the terms of such an alliance." Sarah listened carefully, her mind racing with the possibilities. An alliance with the alien fleet could open new opportunities for Earth, from advanced technology to interstellar cooperation. It was a chance to expand humanity's presence in the galaxy. The captain continued, "We propose that Earth become a key partner in our exploration missions. In return, we would offer access to our advanced technologies and share our knowledge with your scientists. This alliance could strengthen both our positions in the galaxy." Sarah took a moment to consider the offer. The benefits were substantial, but there were also challenges to address. She knew that any alliance would require careful negotiation and clear agreements to ensure mutual benefit. "I appreciate the offer," Sarah said thoughtfully. "This could be a significant opportunity for both our species. However, we need to ensure that the terms are fair and that both sides are clear on their responsibilities." The captain nodded in agreement. "Absolutely. We want to ensure that this alliance is built on a foundation of trust and mutual benefit. We are open to discussing the details and addressing any concerns you might have." As the meeting progressed, the human and alien representatives began to discuss the specifics of the proposed alliance. They talked about the exchange of technology, joint missions, and the establishment of communication protocols. It was clear that both sides were eager to make the partnership work. Meanwhile, Zal, the young alien engineer who had worked closely with Sarah and her team, approached her with a thoughtful expression. "Sarah, I've been thinking about our recent work together," Zal said. "The success we've had in resolving the crisis has shown me how valuable your skills are. I believe that our alliance could bring great benefits." Sarah smiled, appreciating Zal's enthusiasm. "I agree. It's been incredible working with you and your team. I'm excited about the possibilities for the future." Zal nodded, looking hopeful. "If we can build on the success we've had, I believe we can achieve great things together. Our species have much to learn from each other." The discussions continued over the next few days, with both sides working to finalize the terms of the alliance. The human engineers and the alien fleet representatives met regularly to address concerns and refine their agreements. The process was detailed and complex, but both sides were committed to making it work. Finally, the terms of the alliance were agreed upon. The formal agreement was signed in a ceremony attended by representatives from both sides. The ceremony symbolized the beginning of a new era of cooperation and partnership between Earth and the alien fleet. The alien captain addressed the gathered crowd, his voice filled with pride. "Today marks the beginning of a new chapter for both our species. Our alliance will open new doors and create opportunities for growth and discovery. Together, we will explore the galaxy and achieve great things." Sarah stepped forward to speak, her voice strong and confident. "This alliance represents the strength of our collaboration and the promise of a brighter future. We look forward to working together and building a lasting partnership." The ceremony concluded with a sense of optimism and excitement. The human and alien engineers celebrated their newfound alliance, knowing that they had overcome significant challenges to reach this point. The future was full of possibilities, and both sides were eager to embrace them. As the days went by, the repair station became a hub of activity and innovation. The new alliance brought fresh energy and ideas, and the partnership between Earth and the alien fleet continued to grow stronger. The combined efforts of both species led to new discoveries and advancements, enriching their understanding of the galaxy. The human engineers, once outsiders in the vast expanse of space, had found their place among the stars. The alliance with the alien fleet marked a significant milestone in humanity's journey, and the future was filled with promise and potential. With the foundation of their new alliance firmly established, the human and alien engineers looked forward to the adventures and challenges that lay ahead. Together, they were ready to explore new frontiers and achieve greatness in the galaxy. Bright future. The repair station had become a symbol of progress and collaboration between humans and aliens. With the new alliance firmly in place, both sides were eager to build on their achievements and explore the vast possibilities that lay ahead. The atmosphere was one of excitement and anticipation as they prepared to embark on their next adventures. Sarah, the lead engineer, was walking through the bustling corridors of the station. She could feel the positive energy all around her. The humans and aliens were working side by side, their tasks seamlessly blending into one another. The repair station had transformed into a thriving center of innovation. Sarah met with Mark, one of the key engineers who had been instrumental in resolving the recent crisis. They walked toward the observation deck where they could see the alien ships being serviced and readied for new missions. "It's incredible how much has changed," Mark said, looking out at the busy scene. "I never imagined we'd be part of something like this." Sarah nodded in agreement. "It's been an amazing journey. We've not only proven ourselves, but also built strong relationships with the alien engineers. The future is looking very bright." Their conversation was interrupted by a notification on Sarah's communicator. She checked it and saw that there was an important briefing scheduled with the alien fleet's leadership. The briefing was to outline the next steps in their joint missions. The two engineers made their way to the meeting room, where they joined representatives from both Earth and the alien fleet. The room was filled with an air of optimism and eagerness. The leaders of the alliance were ready to discuss their future plans. The alien captain, who had become a trusted partner and friend, addressed the group. "Our alliance has already achieved remarkable things. The successful stabilization of the flagship and the smooth running of our joint operations have demonstrated the strength of our partnership." He continued, "Now, we look to the future. We have several exciting missions planned that will take us deeper into the galaxy. Our goal is to explore new worlds, expand our knowledge, and continue to benefit from each other's expertise." Sarah, seated among the human representatives, felt a surge of excitement. The thought of exploring new worlds and making groundbreaking discoveries was thrilling. She could see the potential for great advancements, and the captain outlined a series of planned missions. They included exploring uncharted star systems, investigating potential new habitable planets, and developing advanced technologies together. Each mission was designed to build on the successes of their partnership and push the boundaries of what they could achieve. Mark leaned over and whispered to Sarah, "These missions sound amazing. It's like we're on the brink of a whole new era." Sarah smiled, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "Absolutely. This is our chance to make a real impact and see what's out there. I can't wait to get started." As the briefing continued, the focus shifted to the roles and responsibilities of each side. The human engineers would play a crucial role in maintaining and upgrading the alien technology, while the alien engineers would contribute their advanced knowledge and assist in the exploration missions. The captain emphasized the importance of continued collaboration. "To ensure the success of our missions, we must remain dedicated to our partnership. We need to communicate openly, share our knowledge, and support each other in every way." After the briefing, Sarah and Mark, along with their teams, began preparations for the upcoming missions. The repair station was abuzz with activity as engineers and scientists worked together to finalize their plans and equip the ships for their journeys. One evening, As Sarah was reviewing the latest mission updates, she received a visit from Zal, the alien engineer who had become a close friend. Zal had been instrumental in bridging the gap between their two species and had a deep understanding of human technology. "Sarah, I wanted to thank you," Zal said, his voice filled with sincerity. "Your hard work and dedication have made a huge difference. Our alliance is stronger because of your efforts," Sarah smiled warmly. "It's been a pleasure working with you and your team. I believe we've created something truly special here." Zal nodded. "I agree. The future is full of possibilities, and I'm excited to see where our partnership will take us." As the days went by, the repair station became a hub of innovation and exploration. The Alliance had sparked a wave of creativity and enthusiasm among both human and alien engineers. They were working on new technologies, conducting research, and preparing for their upcoming missions with a sense of purpose and excitement. The first mission of the new Alliance was a significant milestone. It involved exploring a distant star system that had long been a target of interest for both species. The mission was carefully planned and executed, with both sides working in harmony to achieve their goals. When the results came in, they were beyond expectations. The mission uncovered valuable information about new planetary systems and potential resources. The success of the mission was a testament to the strength of the Alliance and the effectiveness of their combined efforts. As the sun set over the repair station, Sarah and Mark stood together, looking out at the stars. The night sky was filled with possibilities, and the future seemed brighter than ever. "This is just the beginning," Mark said, his voice filled with optimism. "We've accomplished so much already, and there's so much more to explore." Sarah nodded in agreement. "Absolutely. Our partnership has opened up a world of opportunities. The best is yet to come." The repair station, once a place of uncertainty and challenge, had become a beacon of hope and progress. The alliance between humans and aliens was a shining example of what could be achieved when different species worked together with a shared vision. With their future secured and their path clear, the human and alien engineers looked forward to the adventures and discoveries that lay ahead. They were ready to face new challenges, explore new frontiers, and continue building a bright and promising future together.